My name is Nyanjom Joshua, National Coordinator Mtetezi. Today we have a press statement. Mtetezi Grassroots Economic Justice Movement strongly condemn the violation, assault on our national convener Francis Awino, who disputed the press briefing, assaulted journalists, and later inflicted injuries on him, leading to his hospitalization. The incident followed the Mtetezi public address demand for resignation of Energy Cabinet Secretary Opiyo Wandayi. Opiyo Wandayi and Trade Cabinet Secretary Lee Kinyanjui over the link of substandard fuel waiver process. With Francis Awino discharged from hospital, we filed a public interest petition in court seeking the immediate removal from the office Energy Cabinet Secretary Opiyo Wandayi and CS Lee Kinyanjui on that grounds. 1. The office is linked to the waiver chain that enabled the importation of substandard fuel. Investigations have already led arrest and the resignation of junior officials. The assault on our petitioner raises concern of intimidation surrounding the scandal. The court petition will further seek 1. Immediate suspension of energy and trade CS pending the investigation. 2. Protection of whistleblowers and public interest petitioners. 3. Accountability for those involved in violence against Awino and journalists. Mtetezi emphasized that the attack on Francis Awino makes a dangerous escalation from the governance dispute into a matter touching on assaults, violation of constitution right, and freedom of expression of public participation. That can't be allowed. To continue. It stops here. Wandayi and Lee Kinyanjui must go. Thank you.
It has now become very open that the owners of the oil scam have come fighting, because by sending goons on Frank Awino is a confirmation that what he was saying was true, and the so-called intellectual, that today we add the word intellectual dwarf to that word intellectual, Opiyo Wandayi, cannot engage Frank Awino intellectually. Frank Awino is a young youth who is well educated, well informed, and if Opiyo Wandayi is an intellectual, he should engage him. He should have called him and called him, brother, come here. The third point I'm making is that I'm telling people from the Luo community that you are not in government, because why should Opiyo Wandayi, who represents the Luo community in that so-called broad-based government, go after his own brother Awino? And I'm sure that I am speaking on behalf of LDP, Liberal Democratic Party. I'm also speaking openly on behalf of the Luo Council elders under the leadership of Ker Nyandiko, that they also condemn the act done on their son. This government killed Ojwang, and we don't want them to touch another person. They went to government saying they don't want bloodshed among the Luo community. And now they are the very people orchestrating this very violence. We cannot avoid to connect this violence with what happened to a source in Kisumu, where we are hearing that PS Omolo is implicated. I want to tell members of the Luo community, don't fight each other. In fact, there is no Kenyan who should fight the other. We have a constitution, use it. And I'm very happy for Mtetezi and my brother Frank Awino, who has decided not to go the goon way, but he has put up a petition so that the constitution can be respected. There's a right of expression. There's a right of association. There's a freedom that protects all that. Let us engage on that matter. But should they not follow that route? Should they not follow that route on Tuesday? And I want to tell my brother Opiyo Wandayi, on Tuesday, just meet us now because you've called upon us. We are going to spend this weekend mobilizing for Tuesday. And I want to urge all Kenyans that your sovereign will is being taken away from you now. There is nothing like broad-based government. And I want to add to Opiyo Wandayi and the people concerned about energy. With now you go to fuel station, there is now a shortage of fuel. It is because Frank Awino was right. And you are the one causing this trouble. The Iran-US war is causing this thing. Instead of sitting in your office to come with policies to reduce excise duty on fuel so that we can have fuel supply stable, you are thinking about goons, which means this government is clueless. They are grossly incompetent, grossly corrupt, and therefore unable to serve the Kenyan people. We are not going to wait for 2027 as young people. You should go home, not even Opiyo Wandayi, plus the owner of the dog. When the owner of the dog has let the dog to bite people, we don't just attack the dog. We must attack the dog plus the owner. And we said, we don't want to hear terms about one term. We don't want to hear term about two term. Our term is must go. And must go, and is going, and has to go in Jesus' name. He must go plus his dogs. That's the statement. And it is not afadhali. You compromise IBC. We have no way forward. You told us to wait for the ballot. Why are you compromising IBC? You are deleting them from IBC, which means you fear us. So if we don't get it through the ballot, if you make it impossible through the ballot, it will be through the bullet. And our bullet is one. We just come to the street with our phones, our water. But if it matters with fire, we will put that parliament in fire. I said this year in 2013, that parliament will be on fire in 2014. Now I can tell you, we will not even put only parliament in fire. That property belongs to Opiyo Wandayi, which is 400 million bought using this money, can go on fire. And any corrupt government official which will be coming from your property and put it on fire, so that you realize that corruption is a loss to you. You steal with our money, you build something, we burn it down. And we are going to start from Tuesday. And I am ready to be taken if I say that if someone has stolen Kenyan money and built themselves with it, it will go on fire. We will call upon each and every individual who has stolen and put fire, because we have talked enough. We are not going to talk anymore. And I want to urge the security apparatus in this country. You are not protecting government, you're protecting the citizens. And go and protect citizens. And Kenyans, don't be afraid. You're being told, oh, wait and wait. We cannot wait. We are not waiting. So they must go and they must answer to these charges. And those in office, they must know the global standard shows that you cannot do what you are doing and stay in office. They have disqualified themselves from being in those public offices. And if they cannot feel disgraced enough to leave, we will bring them out through our activity. And I want to tell you, the mandamano of taking these guys to office, from the dogs to the owners of the dogs, begins on Tuesday. If you want to kill us, we are dead, because we have lost everything. What are we fearing? God bless you, and God bless Kenya.
My name is Francis Awino. I'm the current convener, Mtetezi. And today is a very important day to us as members of this public, members of the people of this nation. Mtetezi is a group that emphasizes on anywhere there is a violation of human rights, public petitions, and any violations of human rights. 3 days ago, we were here trying to express ourselves and exercising Article 37 of the Constitution of this nation. After addressing the media, I was attacked at the Nation Media House. 30 minutes later, and I was admitted in Karen, and I was discharged yesterday. And today, I felt it's very important to continue with the struggle, because I always say one thing: I would rather die today or now rather than watch my kids suffering for what I could have done when I had a chance to. I remember back in 2017 when we were arrested because of Raila Amolo Odinga, and when we were at Central Police Station, after kutoka kwa cell, you know what does happen, finyo and all those kind of things. And I asked Raila, now it's my time to resign. I don't want to continue with this movement and this issue of fighting for people's right. Raila mwenyewe akaniambia, kama ulifinywa kidogo, hata kama ulifinywa makenda yangu iliumwa. That is part of revolution. As long as you are alive, you must expect such things. Revolution huwa inaisha saa zenye mtu ameaga. But kufinywa, kupigwa, kushikwa, kuintimidatiwa, that is part of revolution. And that's why the first liberation of this nation, our forefathers, when they felt like this nation is heading towards the wrong direction, hawakuwa waoga. They decided to be bold enough and face our Zungu. And that's why we are having the freedom we have right now. When our fathers in 2010 felt like this nation was heading towards the wrong direction, they fought for it with boldness. And that's why we have Constitution 2010, and that's why we can enjoy whatever we are enjoying right now. We are not taking that for granted. But as we head for the third liberation of this nation, we are ready for anything. We are ready to be arrested. We are ready for those goons. We are ready to be maimed. And we are still ready to die for this nation. And I always say one thing again. Leo nikakufa nikifaitia rights za wananchi wa Kenya, even my kid where he will be, ataishi kusema baba yangu alikuwa shujaa kwa sababu alikufa akifaitia not just my rights, but rights za Wakenya wote. And that's why kupigwa na kushonwa, it is evidently, even my face is swollen, that it happened. Walikuja na visu kwa sababu this is not a punch. Hii nilishonwa uzi 7 so that they can do whatever they did. But since because I serve a God, that's why I'm still alive and I can continue doing what is right to make sure that this nation have a positive impact and we live in a conducive environment. Today we have decided to bring a petition to court. Petition number 230 of 2026. We are trying to explain to the courts that Opiyo Wandayi is unfit to hold even public office. Kwa sababu the conspiracy, sasa nye mnaongelelea mambo ya mafuta mbaya, sisi tunaongelelea even the deal itself. Government ilikuwa imetuambia we need to have a government to government deal. But in this essence, hata hiyo mafuta kuja, it was not a government to government deal. So it means they even conspired before they even brought that bad mafuta. And that's why even yesterday when I was holding a meeting with international media houses from the US and South Africa and Angola, I told them, me, I don't have a problem with salvaging the situation of this nation. My problem is you sitting down and conspiring to do what is wrong, knowing that you are doing what is wrong. The same CS ameitwa na parliament twice, amekataa kwenda. On Tuesday tutafanya mass action, tutaingia kwa barabara na mimi naaji wa Kenya wote, kwa sababu niko double sure atajaribu kujificha ama kutafuta excuse asiende parliament. Sisi wenyewe tumtafute, tufanye public arrest, to emphasize article 1 of the constitution of this nation, tumshike tumpeleke parliament na tukae hapo nje ya parliament. Akimalizana na wabunge tumpeleke central, akae huko na wenzake kama akina Kipto. This struggle is not ending right now. Lazima tuendelee nayo so that we can salvage and save this na to save the nation. Otherwise, if we sit back, tutalia sisi wote na hatutakuwa na nchi ya kwenda. And that's why I'm saying today with a lot of respect and without contradicting myself, I'm ready to die for this nation so that my kids can have a better nation to live in. And so many people are surprised that niko hapa leo. You are trying to use diplomacy. And let me speak to President himself. We are only asking you, Mr. President, to tell your boys to follow the law, to tell your boys to follow the constitution, to tell your boys to do what is right to the people of this nation. Sisi ndio tumewaajiri kazi. Na Wakenya wameniambia hawataki kuona Opiyo Wandayi akiwa CS wa Energy. It is as simple as that. Kwa sababu ako unfit ku hold public office, na saa zenye mafuta ilikuwa inaingia Kenya, aliconspire na alijua mafuta mbaya inaingia, na ile contract yenye ilileta hiyo mafuta mbaya haikuwa contract yenye ilikuwa inafaa kufanyika. And as we move forward, hizo contract zilikuwa 4. There are still 3 more zenye zinakuja. So hatujui kama mafuta yenye inakuja ni mbaya, hatujui hiyo contract inakaa aje. And that's why we are trying to tell you, Mr. President, try to follow the law. Let your boys follow the law so that we can avoid losing lives. I can remind you on 2024, so zenye nilipeleka petition parliament, I said, we are giving you people 7 days. Mlete finance bill ya Wakenya wa kawaida. Hamkunisikia. Tukarudi kwa barabara and whatever happened. On Tuesday, lazima wanaume waonane. Lazima sisi kama Wakenya tutoke to emphasize what is right and what we believe is right. We shall following the constitution and we shall following the law. Na leo pia na serve Inspector General of Police na Regional Commander. Hii anaje kidogo ya kukuja kuserve notice ya maandamano hatuna. And that's why leo nimeamua kuongelesha wanahabari tukwambia on Tuesday tunataka polisi wa kutosha ndio tuweze kuzunguka tukitafuta Opiyo mahali yuko, tumtafuta parliament. In case he find his ways there, tutaenda parliament kukaa hapo tumalizane na hao hiyo siku, na mambo ya Opiyo tumalizane nayo on Tuesday. Asanteni sana. Mungu awabariki Kenya na Mungu awabariki wote. Asanteni.